When will we get a new fresh classic WoW? November 13, 2024. Be ready for that date. Blizzard is finally gonna announce something big that we've all been waiting for. In this video I will go into what to expect and leave you feeling excited about WoW. Let's make WoW great again together. Loads of players are speculating if this is classic fresh, where you dive into TBC, and RAF again, like the old classic. On a year-like rotation, so it does not get stale, and you're fine taking little breaks. This I would have wanted for a while with no changes, or maybe a few. Players missing TBC, so a era version where you can just stay in the Burning Crusade universe forever, and you can copy your characters from vanilla era to there. This would also be very dope, and I will be playing that a long era if they decide to go that route in 2025. Or perhaps a new season that goes from the current one, Discovery, to a TBC season, or even a fresh TBC season that can run around a year like the others have and feels new. There's also been some talk about hardcore fresh. The streamers really like this, and it would give classic era more player base, as once you die in hardcore WoW, you are transferred there. But I think it will be bigger than this, as there seems to be loads of hype around it and Blizzard is being mysterious. They cancelled BlizzCon, so this should be a BlizzCon-like announcement for them, so you can see why I'm making this video today, to alert you. World of Warcraft announcements have been a bit dry recently, and we did not know what direction we were going in since Microsoft took over. As you know, they got bought out by them. Season of Discovery is coming to an end with AQ40 and next. So what's next there? Blackwing Lair got released in Seasons, and people seem to be enjoying it, as the player base doubled after. What will happen to the characters after the season concludes? Personally, it all depends if they do a TBC season without fresh. Then it just continues. But they did not do this with Season of Mastery, so I would be surprised. With Season of Mastery, they let you copy your character to era. I know this is more difficult now with runes or different gear and such, but they can just delete those. They did say they do not plan to do it, but I would not be surprised if they end up going this route. This would mean that era also will get a player base spike. Just on Living Flame alone, there were almost 80k plus players. Think of the effect if they all have the option to copy their characters and not lose their progress and get that nostalgia feel again. I bought some elemental earth just in case on SOD, as these prices are high on era. Moving on to retail. It is doing great honestly, but further expansions have already been announced. So not much new to be announced. It will just keep making expansion after expansion. I used to play it, but I enjoy classic more. It will be part of my childhood forever, and I love the community aspect of it. Cataclysm Classic will go into Draenor. This is what players expect for the classic WoW universe. Cataclysm will go for a bit faster release schedule, as it was not the most popular expansion. My favorite expansion was Legion. It was just so good, always something to do, and I love the progression to legendaries. What was your favorite? Leave it in the comments. Era is growing, as the other versions of the games got dry for some players, and they are feeling nostalgic, wanting to scratch that vanilla itch with no fresh in sight. What I do see a lot on Reddit is posts about classic fresh or TBC era with thousands of comments. This seems to be the most hyped subject around WoW right now, and I would make a bet on either being part of the announcements. Blizzard has been listening closely to feedback from the player base, finally, and we hope this continues. I myself am very interested in their plans on what the classic WoW team have been working on. Personally, I think the WoW universe is too split out, which causes issues when new releases come out. I've been leading raids for over 5 years in my guild or pugs. And during times of holidays / new WoW releases, loads hop on to the new thing. Then next week you have less signups, you might be forced to lower the amount of raids you do. It goes both ways though. When that new shiny object is gone, players come back to the old one, which is era. Era player base is really loyal, as many just do not care, they just play era. So there will always be raids going on, whether or not another WoW version is the new hot thing, which is great. There's also more competition now, if you keep up to date with MMORPGs. Granted, most suck, but there have been some decent ones. Neo just came out with a new expansion. Our community played that on release, where we grew to 350 strong and took 4 cities. I have a video on my YouTube channel if you want to hear that story. Granted, you had to pay for this new expansion, which turned many of my friends off, including myself. I do love New World though. That initial fresh release hype followed by endless memories. Nothing compares to it. It's just the best feeling, and I hope we will get that back in the future. I did check out the player base after the launch though, and it went to almost 62,000 200,000 players. When New World first released, it was almost 1 million. We also have Ashes of Creation that just launched. It's alpha test 2. It looks okay, but if it would release now, it would not be good enough. We've been waiting 7 years. What's 3 more years? They were asking 120 euros just to try their test, which is crazy. If you wanted it cheaper, it was 100 euros, and you could play starting next year, March. They need funding though, which I understand. It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. When we have Throne of Liberty coming out of nowhere, remaking their game after feedback, completely free to play, not to mention it looks really good. No wonder it was a success. Why not give it a try if you're an MMO fan, even if it's just for a few weeks? Personally, I did not play it as it is big on pay to win, but if I was not busy, why not? Right now I'm personally just heavily invested in playing Classic Era version of World of Warcraft, which is basically the real vanilla and the last phase of Classic forever. Loads are leveling and it feels great again. Last year in November we had a record player base in the game, and I hope we can get back to that. That moment a friend or someone you've been playing with for over a year gets that item they've been itching for, and you wish them the most genuine congrats in the world. And you're happy for them. We all experience this in Era, and it's the best. What are you playing yourself right now? And what do you expect to be announced? Leave it in the comments. If you're watching this and you're feeling a little bit lost, I hope this video pointed you in the right direction. Links down below. I'll see you in the next one.